Yo, what is up guys? Stelboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So of course, on the 20th of April, Devin Haney will be defending his WBO super lightweight title against Ryan Garcia. This fight goes down at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Believe it's on pay-per-view, I could be wrong. Now, my thoughts on this fight, I have to admit, Ryan Garcia, once upon a time I saw a fighter who could be developed if he had the right coach, if he listened, if he was serious about, improving as a fighter, whatnot, this, that and the third. These days, however, I see Ryan Garcia as a lost cause, and quite frankly, given what we saw in the Tank Davis fight, how that fight transpired, I don't particularly trust him in these moments. They had the press conference today. Ryan Garcia was talking up a storm. Borderline looked like he was on coke. He was very hyped up. But I don't know what it was. A sales pitch to the public? Was he trying to convince himself? Who knows, but I look at Ryan Garcia, I see a guy with a lot of physical attributes, speed, power, explosiveness, athletic ability, decent reaction time, etc. But I see a guy who is rudimentary in regards to boxing technique, his in-ring IQ. I don't see a guy with a lot of heart there. I see a guy in Ryan Garcia who would, rather do his thing on social media more so than be a real fighter. And I see Ryan Garcia these days potentially, maybe he'll prove me wrong in this fight, but a high-level jobber. When I say high level, I mean high level in regards to fanfare, in regards to popularity, in regards to notoriety. People know who Ryan Garcia is, and I suspect this fight with Devin Haney will do relatively well because of Ryan Garcia's name. I don't think it does as well as the Tank Davis fight because Tank has a much bigger following than Devin, but I suspect this Devin versus Ryan fight will do well. That's mainly because of Ryan Garcia's fan base, and that's what Ryan Garcia gives to the game right now. I think people close to the game, promoters, trainers, etc., they realise what they have with Ryan Garcia. They realise, they can lead a horse to water, but they can't make it drink. Ryan Garcia, to me, is not a serious fighter. He's not serious about learning his craft. He's not serious about getting better and listening. So, as a result, what can they do with him? They can use him to build up other fighters, like they did with Tank Davis. Hence, they put him through the rehydration clauses, the catch weights, etc. Totally killed him for that fight. They just made double sure that he had no chance. Tank Davis went in there. Ryan Garcia quit. Tank Davis was part of a massive pay-per-view that done really well. And I suspect the same is happening here with Devin Haney. The only difference is there's no catch weight, so maybe Ryan Garcia's a bit more live. Maybe he'll do better than I expect. But I do suspect Devin Haney wins this fight comfortably. I think he'll take Ryan Garcia apart. And, his promotional team, DAZN, etc., they will try to capitalise on this being a big event, this doing good numbers, just like Tank did. I think Ryan Garcia now is, like I said, he's a high-level jobber. He's a guy who is there to get a win against while he brings in a big fan base, while he brings in a big audience. So the fighters he's fighting can benefit from it because, there's been a lot of effort put into Devin Haney from the boxing world. Not just DAZN, not just Matchroom, but other entities as well. Ryan Garcia is a lost cause at this point. If we're talking about longevity in the sport of boxing, he's a lost cause. He's a here and now type of fighter. So they'll use this guy up in the next year or so. That's what's going to happen with Ryan Garcia. Do I suspect this fight's going to be competitive? Not really. Ryan Garcia hasn't given me any reason to believe so. He did what he did against Tank. He accepted every demand. He weakened himself going into that fight for the bag. went in there, got in a little bit of trouble and quit. His return fight against Oscar Duarte, I felt he looked awful. Absolutely awful. Turning his back, not wanting to get hit, looked like he didn't want to be there at times in that fight. Listen, Devin Haney's not a big puncher, but don't be surprised if he stops Ryan Garcia. Don't be surprised if he makes Ryan Garcia quit. I don't think Ryan Garcia can hold a great shot, personally. I don't think he can hold a great shot. I don't think his chin is the best. I don't think his durability is the best. I don't think he's got the most heart. And he's very, very raw. He's very raw. Has Ryan Garcia really improved that much technically from like 2018, 2019? I don't think he has. Not really. Certainly not defensively. All Ryan Garcia is a big kid who's fast, who's explosive, who can punch a bit, who does have half decent timing. But in terms of like boxing fundamentals, there's a lot there to be. There's a lot of holes with Ryan Garcia, and I suspect Devin Haney has the style to pick him apart. So much so that I wouldn't be surprised even if Devin Haney could stop Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia is serious, he will take a lot of risks in this fight. Try to pressure Devin Haney. And ultimately, he needs to try and test that chin early. He needs to try and make Devin Haney uncomfortable. That's all he can really do in this fight, in my opinion. Try to utilise his physicality. Try to utilise that speed. Try to utilise that power. I think you'll see very early in this fight with Devin Haney if Ryan Garcia is serious or not. He's going to get paid, and he's still got a name, so he can do that for a while. I have my doubts, personally. He failed against Tank. Not that he got beat. How he got beat is a big deal to me. His outbursts outside the ring, the lack of progress he's made in his career. He could have fought for a world title a long, long time ago. I don't trust this guy to really lay it all on the line. I suspect Ryan Garcia right now is a high-level jobber. This fight with Devin Haney will either prove my point or he can prove me wrong. But yeah, Ryan Garcia is a useful tool right now for certain guys in boxing, including Devin Haney, because when you look at Devin Haney, yeah, he's unbeaten, yeah, he was a former undisputed champion, but there's a lot of ill will towards Devin Haney. His fight with Prograde did horrendously. In terms of like pay-per-view buys, it done horrendously. The Lomachenko fight didn't do great on pay-per-view, and the people who bought that fight, the vast majority, felt shortchanged. Right? Listen to the crowd after that fight, after the decision got read out. A lot of boos. Public perception rules the day. A lot of people aren't feeling Devin Haney. Problem is with YouTube boxing, or the YouTube boxing scene, we tend to think of boxing and fans as our little bubble, where we talk amongst each other. The vast majority of fight fans out there don't appreciate a guy like Devin Haney, and it reflects in the numbers. It reflects in the kind of sentiment towards him. This is a fight where he can gain notoriety by fighting Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia brings those numbers. And he can look good doing it as well, because Ryan leaves a lot of openings. He's chinny. He isn't durable. He does have quit in him. This is a good bit of matchmaking from Haney's team's perspective. Haney's just got to go in there now and do a job. What last thing he needs is to go in there against Ryan Garcia and stink out the joint. That's the last thing he needs. But, providing he does a good job, it's a good look for him in terms of business, in terms of numbers. And yeah, that's why they've picked Ryan Garcia, I believe. That's why they've picked Ryan Garcia. I don't think this fight's going to be all that competitive. In fact, right now, believe it or not, I'm leaning towards a Devin Haney stoppage. I think he can stop Ryan Garcia. Maybe I'm underrating Ryan Garcia. Maybe I'm just salty about the Tank fight. Him quitting like that. Maybe. I don't know. But I just don't trust the guy. I don't trust Ryan. One thing about Devin is he is a professional. I think he is serious about being a fighter. Whereas I don't get that impression from Ryan Garcia. Let's be honest, yeah, it's not exactly like Devin Haney can do anything else. You know, Ryan Garcia can. He's got a lot of other options outside of boxing, and I think that shows. I really do. I wouldn't be surprised if he quits again in this fight. But yeah, share your thoughts below. What do you make of my assessment here? Am I being harsh when I say Ryan Garcia now is going to be used as like a high-level jobber? Share your thoughts below. What do you guys think of this fight? I'm not really feeling it right now, to be honest. Maybe nearer the time I will do. Who knows? We shall see. Anyway, share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Del Boy. Peace.